me see the quick rundown and intro to World Cup soccer. This is fixing to get the treatment. We're gonna take and get this thing ready to look pristine. And you know, it's really not that far off to a point. It's got really good side art. I've already polished these up a while back. I polished these, this and this here, up to 3000 grit, and then polished it with metal polisher to get it a chrome appearance. This one I haven't done yet, so you can kind of see the difference. So I got to work on that. I've got a new playfield coming. This playfield's not too bad, but I'm gonna get a new playfield just to save time. Do a playfield swap, and I'm gonna take that playfield later, and I'll paint it, clear it, and use it as a wall hanger / sell it to somebody if it turns out nice enough to go in a machine. Heck, I've got another World Cup soccer that I can maybe put that into. So we'll see. We'll see what I'm gonna do with it. Overall, like I say, not too bad. And these new legs, these legs are actually the gold. I like the gold. Even with the silver there, I still like the gold legs. They're just banged up a little bit, so I need new legs. I need a new front decal because they had lock bars on here, so I've got to do a new front decal. The side decals are actually in really, really nice shape. So they're almost like new because it was in a bar for a long time, and it had games around it, so it kept them preserved pretty well. The head's in real nice shape. I've already got the CPR mirrored back glass. I bought that a while back, and I've got the actual official topper. I've got a pin to DMD in it. In fact, let's just turn this sucker on here. And it's beautiful. It's got a great display. Whoever colored it did a fantastic job. I didn't have errors, but I do have an error. The speaker is an error. There's one of the errors there for it. But it plays. But I wasn't planning on turning on and showing yet. I was trying to show the display, but but at any rate, I've got new ramps for it, new plastics. Pretty much everything's there. I just need to get obviously the speakers. I'm gonna get new speakers for it, so it sounds good. And plus, if the audio board's an issue, I'll just put a pin sound in it, or I'll do something with that. But otherwise, it's pretty good shape here. The top doesn't look bad, but it does have some blemishes, so I'm probably gonna put new decals on the top. And I'm gonna paint the back, even though the back's actually in nice shape. I almost could leave it alone, but if I'm trying to make this pristine, then it needs to be painted and clear coated on the back. So I'll probably do that as well. But overall, this is a good starting point. A lot of good meat on this thing to work with. I've got a whole new Titan rubber set already ready to go. Sorry, that sound is really frustrating. Let's go ahead and, there we go. Of course, them balls are always loud, but see if I can shut that off here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not. Let's see. There we go. Go! That'll shut the ball up. But you can see it plays pretty good. Everything works pretty well, except for now I think the ball's going to come back on again. But like I say, overall, it's a nice example considering we're just trying to take it from probably a decent player's example to a collector's example. And so, because we already have somewhere for it once I get it finished. And so I'm going to finish this thing up, make it really nice. Should be a little bit of a faster turnover since there's so much of it's already good shape. The cabinet's already in pretty good shape. So I just wanted to give an intro because this is our World Cup Soccer 2025, we'll call it intro, because it'll start now and work through 26. So I'm going to actually start tearing it apart here probably in the next day or two, because today is, let's see, I don't mind showing y'all the time. It's Sunday, December 7th, so 2025. And so we'll call this, like I say, World Cup Soccer 2025. This is going to be the starting point. And when I'm finished, it's going to be spectacular. New legs, new feet, new decals here. Like I say, I'm going to make sure everything's bulletproof as I can. When I do the playfield swap, I'll make sure all the mechs work are cleaned and work good. I'll make sure all the wiring is protected so it can't be shorted out easily. I've already got, like I say, I already got the pin to DMD. And if I need to throw in a pin sound, I actually have one sitting right over here that I'm going to use for toe tan. when I get this one to go in, but that's a whole other story. Let's focus on the World Cup soccer. So this is our intro, and I guess I'll see you guys on the tear down, or as I'm tearing it down, because as of tonight I'm gonna be getting started. All right, I decided to look up and see what the error is. So let me show you here. Let me go back, and obviously the speakers or sound has issue, but as far as the error itself, it's saying that it's the check switch 48 goalie target. Now we saw the goalie working, but if that's the goalie himself, it may be that it's the soldering's come loose. I've seen that before, where you get down in here, and let me zoom in. This soldering behind here, this switch is such an iffy, tight kind of a switch. I think sometimes it just it needs a little service, but it looks pretty good from what I can tell. But that may not be the switch 48. I'm just assuming at this point. So, but that's what that is. I'm fixing to go ahead. I'm going to take off this coin door, because I'm going to take this coin door. Let me come over here and show you. I'm going to put it on Roadshow, because I've got all those boards back from Roadshow, and I'm trying to get it up and running just so I can start taking this play field and start checking switches and getting the GI working and everything else. So I want to be able to go ahead and put the door over here, because I'm gonna buy a new door for the World Cup, just to make it easy. Just buy a new door, throw it on there. It'll already be painted and pretty and beautiful to go perfectly with everything I've got going here. So that's gonna be the idea. And so as soon as I get that door off, I'm gonna put it over there. So it's kind of like this is working on Roadshow, but at the same time, I'm starting to tear down on World Cup here. So that's why I'm taking one last look at it, because it's fixing to be cut off and it's not going to be running anymore. I'm not going to turn it back on, because there's no need, no point. There's my Totem playfield. That's a whole nother story. Here's Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, Dragon's Lair 2. Here's my Multi-Williams. I love me some Robotron. And of course, here's my Multi-K that has me. I love me some Donkey Kong and a bunch of those games too. So, and Galaga and stuff. Star Trek's down, but it's close to being finished. Indy's waiting for its restoration, and Lord of the Rings is like it has been, new in box with a few mods and just looking good. So that's where I stand at the moment up here. So again, we'll see where this goes. This intro may be short and sweet, it looks like. So that's okay. That'll leave you wanting more, right? Well, what it'll really do is make for nice short videos, so you don't get drowned out with a bunch of nonsense or anything. So, any rate, let's keep going. All right, I've did the screws for the door. I got it all undone. I undid the connector, but just for future reference, the ground wire goes and plugs in right about here. I'll show it there. There it is. So I'm going to have a ground wire that's going to tie in back there, so I need to remember that for next time, which is part of what these videos are all about. I like this. I don't think this was original equipment. It looks like somebody put that there to make sure that returned, because it must not have been returning like it was supposed to. I'm pretty sure that was somebody's ingenious idea, which actually, it did work pretty good. But we'll probably go back. I'll get some those new plastic pieces here. We'll go back with the originals. So let me undo that, and the coin door will be ready to go to Roadshow. All right, another note for self. I went ahead and put the screws, or should I say the bolts with the nuts, back in place for the coin door. That way I'll know where they're at, because I don't have a bin out yet to start putting parts into. When I get my bin up here tomorrow, I'll start taking things apart and putting them in the bin to keep track of everything. So right now, everything's kept track of, because the coin door's over there and everything else is here. Now you can see I put in a switching power supply for the pin to DMD. I just don't like running them off the driver board. I'd rather run them off their own independent things. So when this is done, I'll actually take this and I'll mount it somewhere. Maybe mount it just right there, actually, because it's semi-mounted now. I'll mount it better and put a protective cover over it. I learned that from HEP to get a protective cover over it. So I'll put that. And actually, you know, the funny thing is about this game is that it was in a bar for almost 30 years now. I put these on, actually. When I first got this game, I put these on. But But I mean, this thing is in a bar almost 30 years. And so it's then it went to somebody's collection for a short time and then came to me. So really it's just should, I mean, and it plays good. It's just, you can see, imagine this all cleaned up. Cause again, a lot of this is just dirty. Let's come over here and just look. I don't know. I may have cleaned some of this already. Just now that I think about it, I don't remember how much, but I mean, look at my fingers just from working on some of that. But we're gonna rerun this wiring, get everything cleaned up. I'll get all the mechs cleaned, make sure everything's, like I say, as bulletproof as I can get it, and cleaned up. And I did LED this thing. That's probably where some of this cleanup came from, because I did do the LEDs on it, and so I'll make sure all those are still good and up to snuff. And so you know, this isn't gonna be like a super humongous tear down and do. It's in pretty good shape. I'm gonna sand some of that in there a little bit, and otherwise I'm gonna leave that inside probably about like it is, other than just cleaning it up really good and make sure it's sanded nice and nice and clean. And like I say, a lot of this outside stuff's mostly done already too, to a point. So it's gonna end up being a really nice example when I'm finished, without having to put you know, a huge amount of work into it. But like I say, I'm gonna do my best to make it pretty nice though. So and like I say, having a new play field, that'll really make this thing nice, because these World Cup soccer play fields get beat up some. So having a new play field, I also put an order in with Cliffy, but Lord have mercy, I don't know how long they're gonna take. He's been running way behind, so I'm hoping he has some of these in stock and I can go ahead and get them. And so, cause I wanna be able to put those on the new play field as soon as I get it. But like I say, we'll see. And like I say, that little switch error was the only error. It's actually been error free for a good while, so that was something that just recently popped up. Little checksum switch 48 or whatever it is. So, and then the speakers started acting up, but like I say, I'm going to put new speakers in it anyway, possibly. So I think this game has pretty good sound and potential. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So for the most part, that'll be the intro. This is going to be a real short video, but now you can kind of see where I stand. Again, there's the play field. New play field will be coming in soon. Actually, it should be in this week. And so I can actually start doing play field swapping here pretty quick, which will be great because it's getting colder here in Houston. I might have to pick the right day to get out there and actually paint the back of it and get it ready. Because now I think about it, I think it got at a high about 75 this weekend on Friday and Saturday. So if I can catch it at a good day with about that kind of temperature, spraying, painting won't be a big deal. But we've been running in the low 40s, high 60s. So, you know, I want to make sure the temperature is good for the painting, but yeah, I'll get this sucker painted up, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be looking sharp. It's going to be a really nice restore when I'm finished. It's going to be a super nice example of a World Cup soccer. In fact, I really like this game. So this is my personal game that I'm fixing up and going to restore for somebody who's already in line to buy it. And so then I got to get another one, which I have a line for another project one. And if it works out, then I'm going to use that one to restore to make for myself. So unless somebody else wants that one and I sell it too, we'll see. So I don't know, man. You know, it's fast and loose around here lately. We'll just kind of see where life takes us. But this is the outro, the intro. So man, y'all take it easy, and I will see y'all as we tear more stuff down.